Alright guys, today I'm going to share with you a really cool success story from one of my clients to illustrate to you the power of being a masculine leader when it comes to dating women, okay? So let me just paint the picture for you of my client. When he came to me, he was struggling. He literally told me that he was watching all of his friends go out with girls, hook up with girls, while he sat there frustrated with no women. He would get a couple hits here and there, but it would always end up getting ghosted, or they weren't interested after a few dates. He wasn't getting any action in the bedroom, and he was like, I've just had enough. Like, why? What am I doing wrong? Why can all my other buddies get girls and I can't? So that's when he reached out to me and hired me to coach him. And so what was really cool was that when he reached out to me, he had already started interacting with a woman. So I was able to, in real time, because of the texting portion of the coaching that's involved with my coaching, I was able to, in real time, guide him step by step on how to bring out his sense of masculine leadership. So he would send me messages and show me what she was texting. And the first thing that I noticed about his texting was that it was very feminine. It was using a lot of emojis and wishy-washy language. It wasn't decisive. He was asking where they wanted to go instead of saying, let's meet here at this time, once he knew what day they were free, which showed that he was planning things. So over the course of the time of interacting with this woman, I gave him tips on, okay, here's how you speak so you can sound much more direct and confident. Well, long story short, with this particular girl, he did learn a lot of things, and he did start to see changes. She was into him, but it ultimately didn't work out in the end because she realized that she really wasn't the guy, or she wasn't the girl for him. It just different values, things like that. But that's okay. It was a really good learning experience because he got an opportunity to test out some of the things that I was teaching him with a girl he wasn't super invested in, right? Now, fast forward. He tells me this, okay? I went out with a girl a few nights ago on a first date. I picked one of my go-to cocktail lounges and picked her up. At one point in the date, she told me how effortless it was that I picked a great spot, and how she usually has to make the arrangements when guys ask her out. She also said it was one of the classiest places that she's been to. Then we scheduled a second date. I told her where I wanted to take her, and she was like, I love that idea. On top of it, with the date idea once again. Smiley face. Never thought a girl would admit that she likes when a guy makes the plans. And for that, I have a lot to thank to you because that was one of your teachings. Now I'm seeing the results. Okay, so you're hearing it not only from my client, but from the girl that he took out. She appreciated his ability to make decisions. And this is something that right now, a lot of you guys out there, whether you're young or older, are forgetting to do. Let me give a little bit of a explanation there, because this is what you've been taught to do. You've been taught that if you are too aggressive, not even aggressive, if you're too confident, if you're too direct, this is bad. Women don't like that. They want to be equals, right? But you can see that they really like it when you are leading and you take charge and you make decisions. Why? Well, the plain fact is making decisions is masculine behavior. So if you're entering into a relationship, the man does the masculine things and the woman does the feminine things. In this certain situation, you're the man, so you decide, I'll pick you up here, we'll go here, and you make all the arrangements. From the woman's perspective, all she has to do is look good, relax, be in her feminine, and let you lead. That's her role, right? So you both have your roles. But the problem right now is that so many guys are too timid to do that. So what happens is you're now making her be the man. Okay, where do you want to go? Okay, you decide it. You arrange it. And this is what she said. She said, she's the one who usually has to make the arrangements when guys ask her out. Now, do you see how this would be frustrating for a woman? She's a woman. yet she has to be the man, while the guy just kind of goes along with whatever she wants. This is how you set yourself up for failure as a man. You establish from the very first date that, hey, I'm just going to follow your lead instead of me being the man, and you follow my lead, okay? Now, a lot of guys, again, if you're sucked into woke mindsets, you're not going to see this. You're going to be stuck in that cycle of thinking, well, you know, all women say they want equal partners and that they want to be independent, so I'm giving that to them, yet I keep getting friend zoned, or I keep getting ghosted, or they get really irritated with me and I don't know why. I'm doing everything that they say. Well, this is exactly the reason why. Because A, you don't ever listen to a woman for dating advice, and B, they usually don't know what they respond to. They hear, you know, the mainstream media telling them all these things, so they just parrot it back, not realizing that, you know what, I really don't like that. But women don't like to push back. They don't like friction. They don't like confrontation. That's a masculine thing. So they're just gonna kind of go along with whatever the mainstream says to do and parrot back the messages, while inside they're very unhappy until they meet a guy like my client who is leading the way, setting the dates, and now she's like, that burden of having to come up with all the plans has been lifted from my shoulders, and this guy is a fucking pro. He knows what he's doing, and I can trust his leadership. Super simple, right? So again, and even my client said, I never thought a girl would admit that she likes when a guy makes the plans. Like, to him, it was like, what? How can that be? And it makes sense to me, because that's the message that you've been told and sold your entire life. That you should back down. Don't be in charge. Let the woman decide. Happy wife, happy life bullshit, right? Well, the proof is in the pudding that the man is the leader. Hate me all you want. Hate that I think that. Hate that I say that. Hate that I share that message. You know, but at the end of the day, we can see it. We see the proof is in the pudding. Now, to the women who say, no, I don't like that. Well, ask yourself, what kind of woman is saying that to you? Chances are it's a masculine woman. Chances are it's a woman who's been really hurt in the past. Now, do you want to listen to a woman who's masculine and has been hurt? Or would you rather listen to a woman who's feminine, who's soft, who's acts like a woman, right? When she is going through these things, she's telling you that. So, you know, you have to be choosy about what you're putting into your brain and what behaviors you're taking on. If the behaviors of being this doormat, the nice guy, and following all the woke nonsense hasn't worked for you, then I invite you to consider thinking about it from this perspective of the fundamental principles of masculinity and femininity. The masculine one leads. That's a masculine trait. And the feminine one follows and supports and nurtures. That's a feminine trait. Now, again, men and women both have both of these, but men have more masculinity and women have more femininity. And when it comes to dating and relationships, a woman wants to be a woman and a man wants to be a man. So be unapologetic about it. Step into your masculine side. Gently lead, make those decisions, and allow her to come along with you for the ride. So, let me know if you guys, drop me in the comments times where you have not employed this rule, where you've shirked off your leadership to the woman. Okay, tell me about that. Or if you have done just what I've said, if you've led the dates, if you've done everything right and you got to see how much better it was, drop that in the comments below. If you are looking to learn how to attract more feminine women into your life, I have a free guide down below. And if you're looking to get one-on-one coaching with me, there's a link down below to my website where you can find all the information you need about my coaching programs. All right, guys, if you haven't already, please like the video. And if you're not already, I invite you to subscribe. Can't talk today. To subscribe to the channel. All right, that is it for this video. We will see you in the next one.